Hey, cunts, don't forget to click the subscribe button.
He doesn't stand there. And the tricky part now comes when we look at seller finance, because he was offered by one of the largest groups, which are at the moment also doing acquisition of alarm centers, like centrals, where you have like alarms coming in and you respond to them. He was offered 3.2 million by them. They hold back like 500,000 of the purchase price for 1 year because he has to perform over an earnout, which is quite okay in the end for him. But he did not want that because they are French and he doesn't like the Frenchmen. That's what he says.
Bullshit.
That's what he says.
That's what he says. But that's 3.2.
Of course.
Yeah, he hasn't really. That's not a solid offer.
But I'm just saying, like, this is what he's told us. So we're there. We know that he wants to negotiate, but what he does not want at the moment is like seller finance, and he does not want to have like any large earnouts because we then.
Well, I mean, the more you say this, and your subconscious, remember, it doesn't know you're full of shit. The more it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Don't keep saying what they want. Only say what you're willing to do.
You're only willing to do seller finance.
Yeah. And this deal doesn't make sense unless it's seller finance. That's it.
2.5 million without the building, seller finance with the correct terms works under that model.
It does. That's why I'm bringing it up, right?
Does any of the EBITDA now contain the rent from the other two tenants?
Say again, it's just one.
Does any of that EBITDA contain any of the rent profit from the other tenant?
It should include it, but it should not include it exactly.
But
it probably does.
Now you got to go back and
just recently, when I visited the building, I saw like in the lower end of the building, there are like 2-3 rooms that they rented out to another company.
Escort service.
And
Buy that.
And they're not connected.
By the way, escort services will do 100% seller finance. But you got to do some hands-on due diligence.
I know that. Investigate before you invest.
Yeah, exactly.
But do you offer them example where 100% seller finance is this price, but if you want some more money or less seller finance,
correct.
You do kind of AB?
Yeah. If you want money up front, he's got to go finance it somewhere
lower
else.
price.
Lower the price, give more money up front. So it depends what they're willing to do. If they want more money up front, then you.
Do you offer them after the shock and awe offers, like 100%?
Shock and offers.
Yeah. Shock and awe first, and see how they respond.
Okay, and then you can.
Now, I mean, he may drop dead with a shock and awe. We've had some guys drop dead over the years.
Now the next, the first shock was obviously like he did not even blink. He was not like.
He'll go for 2.1.
He didn't even blink. Like, it wasn't surprising to him. He was not like, what? This cannot be. Like,
this is a German?
German. Nice, German.
No, he was cool when I said like maximum like 1.7, but the next thing would be like the seller finance to open up to him like that. Listen, we can do like your price, but we do it over the stretch of what we have here, 10 years like of seller finance, 100%. You still he wants to work. He wants to still be in. That was one of the guys who said like, okay, for not strategic, but he has a son. He's working inside of the company, but he's too young to take it over, and he wants to like cash in because he's all afraid. That's what I found out.
How old is he?
From the financial crisis, that something
How old is he?
He's beginning of 50, so he's like 53.
He's a young man. I question, find out if you can, the real reason he's getting out. He does, he's not sick. Is he going through a divorce or anything like that?
No, but it's just like the reasons I always hear, like, since 25 years plus, I never took like the vacation amount, blah, blah, blah.
Is that a truth?
Well,
the people say it, whether it's true or not, but they say it.
Well, the thing is, he's very, let's say, I mean, I don't know him that well, I'm not like buddies with him that if I say like this and okay, what you tell me is the truth. I never do that. Not anymore. I did in the beginning, but not anymore. And right now I asked him like pretty like pressuring him with questions like what is it with you? Like it's just like you're
speaking German.
It's German.
It sounds. I mean everything. It sounds like the bunker the last 15 days of World War II when the Germans negotiate back and forth because it sounds like Hitler telling Goering telling Goebbels, but But now, does he have it's a GmbH, does he have a supervisory board?
No,
No, okay.
he doesn't. He doesn't.
Which is another layer. The GmbH that I'm chairman of has a supervisory board, and we're supposed to keep the GmbH board honest, basically, what the supervisory board does.
So have you rejected the deal, and now you're reconsidering it because of the property?
Now, what is right now is like, this is New Year's. So basically, like, what we did now, we obviously received all the documentation. The accountant went through it all. We did like have this conversation about the price. He wanted to know how he could calculate with us, and now we said, listen, you provided us all the numbers for today, until today, which is mid 2019, plus he has like a budget for the next 2 years. And 2019 is going to be way better than his results before, so he will be like around 300,000 in cash flow, and he has like 422,000 in EBITDA, according to the provisionary closure of 2019. So what we did right now, we said like, listen, how do you ever get to this number? It does not stick up with your past results plus what you're taking out of the company.
This is how I got the number.
So we will provide you like with your numbers that you gave us to evaluate the company. We will give you that, what we base our calculation on, and this will be like a maximum of this. We will even drop down to 1.4 million. With that sheet that we will right now send him to say him like, look, from what your operations look like without the building still, right? What your operations look like, this is how we calculate, and this is how it's being done. So your accountant can never argue with that, because he had to be using the same figures that you provided.
Yeah, but you can give the same figures to 5 different guys, and you can make anything happen with a spreadsheet.
I heard that as well. But
yeah,
I want to give him like, listen, we're really serious about, because with that, there are 2 other companies which are not more than 50 kilometers away. 2 more, roughly in the perimeter between 1.5 and 2 million in revenue, they want to be bought. So they asked him whether he wants to buy, but until now, since he did not want to...
Have you confirmed that?
No, I didn't.
So that's just his story.
That is his story.
Okay, so you know...
Beans.
Is this the business you want to be in?
The integration?
Is this a business you want to be in? You want to be in this business?
I want to be too. I like to have like a percentage of 80-20. 80% integrators, 20% personal security providers. Because that gives like leads on both ends, and you have realistic synergies.
So you like this business?
You always need to.
You like this business?
I do.
You should go and investigate those other 2 businesses though. I think you should go find out if those other 2, because that's the roll-up opportunity for you locally, right? So you should go take a look at this, because if you buy this,
future, right?
if you buy this becomes your first platform.
Yeah.
And then you just bolt on the other 2, and that's where you're going to make your money.
This is exactly how he likes to see himself as well. That's why he's probably also going for that 3 million, because he knows we're wanting to do a roll-up, and we penetrate basically Germany right now with him as our first opportunity to really get the platform, because he has...
Yeah, but let's just say it's a $3 million business. Is a $3 million business really big enough to be a platform for Germany?
No, it's not, but it's for an area, for sure. It's a very good start.
And so if this was a 30 million or 50 or 80 million, then you can talk about platform.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I mean, in my opinion, always, the harshness of reality. This is what the marketplace is doing right now, Jack, or Hans, or whatever his name is. Here's the high, let's throw the high and throw the low out. And let's take the middle. I mean, you got a $1.5 million business, or 1.5 million euros, whatever it is. Okay? Because everybody wants to hook onto the high, and nobody wants to hook onto the low. Throw the high and the low out. And let's say, and this is where you are. And if that's not where you are emotionally, fine, that's cool. But let's not waste my time, and I don't want to waste your time anymore. And you hit the door.